welcome to the end of E3 2019. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Mark Augustiniak.
What's up?
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
We've made it. Done. It's all over. Wrap it up. Leave LA. Get the fuck out before it burns down. Luigi's coming to swallow you whole. Climb inside of whatever he can find. Unless you're wet.
Swallow.
You wanna stay away from Luigi? Get yourself wet. Get nice and wet. Always be wet. Luigi won't touch you.
Oh man, never be more true.
There you go.
I was almost about to say Guido.
I mean, there's not
Guido.
Should have been Lugu.
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 That was the one thing after that Luigi's Mansion port to 3DS. It was like, oh, okay. I hope I never see Luigi again. The first thing you do, hey, let's take a look at Luigi's Mansion. And
he's not even new?
Luigi. It was new in the last...
but it wasn't like that.
No, it was...
It was just an extra player 2
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It seems like that has a little more puzzle. Anyway.
I did not need that. Well, welcome. If you're listening to this, it means E3's over, sort of. Not really. All the major press conferences are over. Of course, there's probably going to be announcements we'll miss between now and next podcast proper, but that was everything except for Konami's thing, which I thought was at 5:30, but it's 5:30 Pacific, so we're not... I mean, we'll watch it, but not
Not like this.
I'll be working.
we're not going to be talking about
Not
it.
in this format.
Yeah, so I don't expect anything out of that because we saw the Contra thing at Nintendo's thing.
I'm thinking it's Castlevania.
And we saw something.
I mean,
Just-
look, it's been 35 years.
I know, but like just with the resurgence, that's all they got going.
Dude, I'd love it.
Yeah.
You know, but that mobile game disappeared off the face of the earth after that, beta.
That's fine. Let it. Focus on better things.
You've got the anime.
Harmony of Dissonance came back.
How? Oh, Harmony of Dissonance. Despair is what you're
Despair.
thinking.
Yeah. Harmony of Despair came back.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, Netflix, the collection.
Yeah. I mean, I've been playing that fucking Picross game on my iPad a whole bunch. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I'm not.
Yeah, like I don't know what this could be just a 2-minute trailer of something. I don't
It's
think
like Phantasy Star Online too. You know, like after a certain point, you just gotta walk away. Maybe, but I don't.
I mean, like I don't know what they mean by special announcement. Like I don't know if it's like a pseudo like direct thing. I doubt that. That's why I can think.
Guys, we've officially given up.
Yeah, like I think it's just a game trailer of some kind.
Hey, we're proud to announce we're publishing Death Stranding in partnership with. Yeah. Well, we're here to talk about Nintendo because that is all there is to talk about today. We'll do what we did the last few days. I started with Mark the other day, Matt yesterday. Am I supposed to go first now? I don't even know. I don't know. What was exciting out of Nintendo? I think Nintendo had the best presentation. Can I be so bold?
Overall, I would agree.
Overall?
I wouldn't say they hit a home run, but they won by default, I think, because everything else was like, meh.
Yeah, it wasn't the best showing that Nintendo's ever had, but I think it brought a good...
I liked a lot of that lineup compared to the other ones.
I agree. Like, there's stuff in there that I'm actually excited about.
You know, we're all going to be different opinions about that, for sure. But
I think out of it all, maybe... shit. I mean, Luigi's Mansion is probably the peak for me right now. I could be wrong. Was there anything else big that I was like... I don't know, like, we saw more... Well, we saw Luigi's Mansion for the first time, but then seeing Astral Chain kind of... Again, I'm excited about that game still. Daemon X Machina got a release date I'm excited about. I don't know, Mark, what was the takeaway for you? Oh, fucking Zelda. That was my jam.
yeah, I mean, it was pretty much. It was cool for them to dive in more with that and see what was new, what was different.
I meant the one that you guys didn't like.
Oh, Breath of the Wild thing.
Yeah,
I'm hesitant.
I know.
I'm just cautious.
You didn't need it. That's what I could care less that they're making a new game. I'm glad they're making a new game. That game is good. Just wasn't for me.
I never wanted the sequel.
This is what always happens though. Like every Zelda game gets announced in this fashion. It's
Then,
always.
It doesn't matter if it's a trend. Just stop.
No, I love it. I love it.
Why? Now every year's like, well, where's the Zelda gameplay? Then the Zelda gameplay doesn't happen. They're like, oh, well, we're disappointed because it's just cinematic.
That's not how it goes.
What did I just say yesterday? Don't show shit unless you're ready.
They are ready. They do it this year. Next year, that's how the cycle goes.
Oh, what? Next year, what? Is it going to be the Zelda Direct at E3?
Probably.
That's dumb.
I think Breath of the Wild was, the only one that really suffered.
Breath of the Wild, but that was because it was like the Wii U nightmare that was the Wii U. Like, I think that was what caused the ripple on that. But
trying to salvage what they could, I guess.
Everything else, like Skyward Sword, it was like or E3 09 or something like that it was kind of shown off. They do that.
But like, I mean, I'm fine with them announcing a new Zelda. I mean, it's just, like, to me, it wasn't any different than what any other press conference has done with games that aren't really out there or much to show. But so like I'm not fazed by it, I guess. But I didn't want it to take place in Breath. I was ready for a whole new thing, a new visual style, just new everything, just a new project.
Yeah, 2 years before Skyward Sword.
So like the only really new thing is not even Nintendo doing it. It's Cadence of Hyrule.
Which is cool, but like I'm excited about Cadence. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Through the moon. But is it would you walk away with, like?
I mean, I thought it was real cool that we were getting a remake of Trials of Mana, which is Seiken Densetsu 3 from the Secret of Mana, Sword of Mana series, whatever, of Mana series.
Yeah. Never
reached over here before, but then like not only that, but then finally we get the little collection that's been in Japan.
Right.
And so I instantly bought that because it's Shadow Drop.
Was the Trials of Mana remake a new thing for?
That looked brand new. I've never seen.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I've never seen any announcements for Japan only prior to that. I
knew that collection was Japan only before, but
it looked nice.
Yeah, no, it looks real good.
Very, very impressed by it. That, like, when I was first like getting into ROMs and emulation and all that, that was one of the first games I played. Mostly a lot of JRPGs that I just missed out on.
Yeah.
And I like more action RPGs than anything, so that was right up my alley.
Square Enix cozy with Steam. I went to the trialsofmana.square-enix-games.com. The footer is that the game is coming to PS4, Switch, and Steam. Very explicit about where.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, that was good. That was
Astral Chain, like, still looks good. Animal Crossing, that's I'm lukewarm at the moment.
Yeah, I'm
9 months out though, right?
Yeah, well,
8 months, something like that.
What month is it? June. How many maths? Like 10.
But that's late March too, though.
9.
I think that's it. Yeah. I think since Breath of the Wild, that's the first time they've delayed something
publicly like that. Yeah. Well, Fire Emblem kind of.
The Metroid.
Wow, yeah. Fire Emblem got
Did Metroid ever get a year?
No.
Yeah, like having
that's what
year,
I mean, like they show in the year. But yeah, no, you're right. With
Fire Emblem was supposed to be last fall, and then got delayed till spring, and then delayed again until July. And then Animal Crossing, that was the one where I did not think it was going to slip. But right before we hit record, though, there was an interview that popped up from IGN talking to Doug Bowser about crunch and game delays, where he talks about how work-life balance is important to Nintendo as a company, and with Animal Crossing's delay, it's really important that we have balance in our world. Quote, he says, it's actually something we're proud of. So
maybe this is, this is definitely probably ignorant of me to say, but it looks like what they showed off. I mean, obviously it like reeks of prototype, but it looks like it was made within like a matter of like less than 5 months.
Wait, what?
What they showed off at Treehouse
for Animal Crossing?
Yeah,
really.
It just it was very empty.
Well, yeah, it seemed like the world was missing stuff.
There was only like outside of the Nooks, there was only like 2 animals. Like
they kept it very
the text boxes and the menus just very like plain, and like it doesn't have like, I don't know, like compared to their other menus.
I think the reason that is because looking at it on a big screen is different than we're so used to it in the handheld where everything is so compact. Like where that text box used to take up a majority of the screen, and now it's just
Sure, but it doesn't have to be just basic ass white with black text. It can still be the translucent gray with little polka dots and yellow text, or like the cream like wood color.
Yeah, I can see
some
that.
flair. That's what, like, there just wasn't a lot of that. And I guess maybe the point was to show off that you're forming everything too, so I guess it can play into that. But
Yeah.
I mean, all I saw was wood.
All I am is wood.
So I don't know.
Matt, would you walk out of there getting Luigi down your leg with?
Nothing getting Luigi down my leg, I can tell you that. I'm not jumping out of my seat happy about any of this. I'm interested in some of it, but I'm not like starting a goal in my bank account to start saving up for any of these titles.
Not even Animal Crossing New Horizons?
No, definitely not that one.
We're going to get you. We got to. It's got to happen.
I think this was the most interested I was with Mario and Sonic.
Yeah, for the first time in like the 15 years they've been making those games, I'm like, oh shit, I'll play that. It looks cool. For sure. The Resident Evil stuff, that was kind of weird. Like, yo, let's break into a house and play our Switch.
Yeah.
Also, here's 2 new games. It was strange.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting live action stuff.
No. It was a
With
cool
that.
trailer. I just don't know. It felt out of place in this presentation, but
Oh, they got The Witcher 3 on Switch. That rumor came true.
yeah, that was real. I still don't care about The Witcher, but
No, I don't, but, I mean, thinking big-ass game coming to Switch.
it's huge, literally huge. I don't know how that's going to fit.
I feel
2 Blu-ray discs worth.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest elephant is Smash.
Yeah, Smash Brothers getting the hero from Dragon Quest, and Banjo Kazooie finally joining Smash Brothers after 28 years. That's how long has Smash Brothers been out? I don't even know.
Yeah, like I wasn't always one like crying for Banjo, but at the same time, I still feel that excitement. Like I still think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Like
I always kind of wanted them in, and then I kind of, once we got Duck Hunt Dog, I was resigned to like, okay, well, there's your Banjo.
I mean, that's the same situation that Crash was in with PlayStation, right? It was a mascot for a console, and then it's now with a different publisher, different company altogether, and, you know, Crash never made it into that game, but
Crash hurt real bad, too, because that was the mascot for PlayStation. At least Nintendo always had Mario, and Banjo was like that other, you know what I mean? It was still, like, synonymous with N64,
yeah, like aside
but
from Crash, like some would probably even argue like Lara Croft.
yeah,
And
Spyro.
she wasn't in it either.
or Cloud, or Spyro,
Yeah.
or fucking anything from PlayStation. Yeah.
Huh.
But no, that's cool. I like Phil had a little quote or two about that, saying it's real easy. We have a working relationship with them. And
Yeah.
I like that little thing of like, we're a top tier third party publisher on their console. Like,
Yeah.
and when you think about it, yeah, Minecraft.
Yeah.
So,
It
I'm
was
happy.
Yeah, it was good for
Sure.
so I guess the Dragon Quest rumor was true.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see more than just the 2 heroes that I was expecting, which was 11's hero and Dragon Quest 2. I think.
That was yeah. They had them all in there
Yeah, that
in
was
some
Skin
fashion,
swap.
right?
Skin swap. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And that was part of that sort of data mine leak or whatever that said the Dragon Quest hero would be in, and then fucking Steve from Minecraft would be in, which I was like,
But
it
it makes me think it's not Steve anymore.
no, I don't think so either. Not with
So,
Banjo.
yeah,
But I remember it was like, hey, we'll have Steve from Minecraft with a Banjo skin, and it was like, that sounds shitty.
I never heard that. Really?
I
They
didn't hear
said
about
that?
the Banjo skin.
It was-
I heard about the Minecraft.
It was
character.
Banjo skin
Oh my
and
God.
Master Chief skin. That was the idea. Is that those that's how you get the multiple.
That would have been fucked up.
Yeah.
That
Much happier that it's the
I
way it
don't,
is.
that's like just as bad as getting like a me skin,
Yeah. No, I don't.
like me costume or whatever.
That would have not. It would have been like, okay, sure, you guys picked a weird one, I guess, but not what I wanted.
It makes me more like hopeful for Gino.
Yeah, after this, it's like, okay, maybe I can play as Goku one day.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to play as Goku. Mark,
Got that whole game about him coming.
yeah,
Kakarot.
Kakarot. Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah, that was surprising.
No More Heroes 3.
No More Heroes 3 I'm really excited about. I never played that series, but I want to.
I think they're bringing back motion.
it looked
It seemed like it was
looked
hinted
they're
at.
alluding to that with the
Yeah.
arrows popping up on the screen, and because that was the gimmick with the Wii when it came out on that like debut, right?
Yeah.
Because to charge your saber, you have to shake it, like so provocatively. So I mean, yeah, I could see them bringing that back, but I could also see it coming to other consoles later, like they did with Travis Strikes Again.
Yeah. Okay, so that is being developed. Sorry, I'm digging through the E3 website on Nintendo.com, and Next Level Games is developing Luigi's Mansion, which they like keep loosely saying yes or no or not really or yeah. So we saw like a flash of Super Mario Maker in that direct, and then we watched some of the Treehouse stuff, and nothing new on that. I was surprised. Like,
You can play with your friends via patch.
right, that'll be coming down the line, but no,
Yeah, not much else.
yeah.
I guess that makes sense. The game's gonna be out in like a little over 2 weeks.
It just seemed like an easy like fucking T-ball to give you one more art style or some other little secret or something.
Maybe it's a DLC spot. You always talk about how Nintendo
Yeah.
wants to keep their games living
No,
and breathing.
that's for sure. I just also figured it would be a DLC thing where I felt like they would complete it for release, and then the DLC stuff you would get down the line. Like, oh, hey, we also added 16 more art styles. Here's a brand new one because we're making a brand new 2D Mario game. That John Romero game, Empire of Sin.
Did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not one to often get into that era of like gangsters with Tommy guns and.
I like that stuff, but
Yeah.
that didn't do anything
You
for me.
build a ruthless 1920s criminal empire and
20s.
outsmart, outgun, and outlast your opponents in Prohibition-era Chicago.
Puzzle strategy, so it's not really.
It sounds like a Mafia game. It sounds like the Mafia remake. It
Pokemon?
was in Chicago.
Good on Romero for making games still.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy about that. So I hope it does well for him.
With
I just want to see
Pokemon,
better. I just want to see more gameplay. I didn't get much out of it. I still don't know exactly what that is.
yeah, we saw like a piece of shooting. It was like, okay, it's a third-person shoot. Oh wait, no, it's
Oh,
not.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
We watched a little bit of the Nintendo Treehouse stuff, where they played some Pokemon Sword and Shield, running around that open wild area, riding a bike.
Mm-hmm.
Bike's got pegs, so you can do cool hood rat shit with your friends, and then drive into the water, where they inflate into little. Are you surfing? No, that's the bike. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Did you guys like this show? I feel like you're both like.
I think just after getting favored, I'll just kind of
Yeah, no, I'm feeling
whatever.
Yeah.
No, but I think like during watching it, like my feelings, like I like a lot of it. I am excited for. I know a lot of it I probably won't play day one. That's nothing against the games. It's just how I do things. But I think overall, I enjoy the pacing of it. They didn't spend too long on something. I felt a lot of it was coming out this year.
Yeah, most of it, except for what we wanted to go out this year. But
yeah.
yeah.
But like, I mean, some of it we've already seen before, but I still didn't like that. Again, they weren't focusing on it for too long. I think they just had to like put it out there.
You forgot your Zelda game that's coming out in 2024.
That'll be out in 2 years.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Cadence. That's this week.
I'm sorry, I think you meant Contra Rogue Core.
No, I don't remember that being there at all.
I do, for all the wrong reasons.
You
Game's
must be
terrible.
I think you're thinking of the direct that was from like 2005.
The key art looks fine.
No,
It's the gameplay. No, look at this.
no, it doesn't.
Look at this.
Sure.
Like, that looks alright.
No, that looks like they took Bionic Commando for 360 and slapped it over Contra,
Yeah, looks good.
but it came out worse. It's like, don't copy my homework. Just change it a little bit. I don't know. It just doesn't. It
Up
doesn't.
to 8 players. You can use save cloud data.
It looks like some weird like indie shooter, and then they just slapped Contra's name on it.
We'll find out later, I guess.
I mean, in case you were concerned about the Wii announcement, Just Dance is coming to Switch.
Yeah, well.
There's some stuff in that little sizzle reel there they had at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, Dead by Daylight still sticking around.
It looked mildly better than it did before.
which is why I'm saying like it's still sticking around.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni,
That
I think
was
it's a
good.
big get.
Was it 2 or 1 that they were bringing?
It's a HD thing of 1.
Cool. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Because that was originally like 3DS in Japan.
I mean, we saw it at Xbox and we heard about it in the press release, but Minecraft Dungeons, I think, is a huge get for them. Spyro, getting the same kind of Crash treatment where it's coming a little bit after the fact. You guys can play Catan.
No.
That's okay.
Alien Isolation kind of came out of nowhere. I
Yeah,
did
did
not
not-
expect that.
I
Yeah.
never played it.
I never played it either, for obvious reasons, but
I mean, after they used spell check and fixed it.
Wrong game.
wrong game.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it the other?
it's the horror one.
What's the difference?
Alien
Like-
Isolation is the good one. Alien Colonial
Colonial
Marines
Marines.
is the one that didn't get developed because they were too busy spending the money on Borderlands.
Didn't get developed.
Yes.
Okay, then I am thinking of Isolation. There was an issue with the Xenomorph trying to track you because
No, that was Alien Colonial Marines.
Colonial Marines had a terrible AI.
but
That's the
it
one.
got fixed.
When someone added a period. Yes.
No,
And-
it was one extra letter.
Yeah.
And the code itself, yeah.
So the game did come out.
All of them
Oh.
came out.
Yeah.
You made it, or maybe I misheard you, but it made it sound like the one didn't even.
Oh, no, I'm saying that like Colonial Marines should have been
Canned.
good,
Or
but instead
Canned.
of making that game, Gearbox spent the money that Sega gave them to make that and funded Borderlands 2 behind the
So
scenes. And,
is one just more action, one's more creepy? Is that the difference?
yeah, and the
And
action
one's-
one didn't get developed fully because they didn't put time or money into it. They just shit it out.
and it got sued. It was one of those games where I was like, oh, look how good it was on the E3, and then it came out.
I'm
Look
just-
how bad this looks compared to E3, and then it got sued.
Well, confirmed. I'm just not going to play Alien games.
No,
Isolation
play
is the one to play.
Isolation's good. It's Spoogans. It's like I don't know how to describe it. You're creeping around the ship. It's just you by yourself and then one xenomorph.
It's
in
like
the
that
air vents.
neighbor game, but good.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, the people from this did observation, so
Really?
yeah, there's a couple ex-members that worked on Isolation, and
That checks out.
the DNA, I guess, from that is in.
Yeah, observation.
Observation.
Also, good game.
Yeah.
That checks out. I don't know. I think collectively Nintendo had probably the most, like,
I think it was just better paced. I think.
better pace, the best diversity
Yeah.
across the board. Like, just a good variety of games. Like, there's stuff that I want to play across the board. Where like Ubisoft, it was like you
Oh.
could have given me one trailer.
They did more with Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, we
Then
get to
another
see,
company.
X-Men a little bit more.
Yeah, like they announced their expansion pass, so you get Marvel Knights, which is interesting. Which I guess that's where Ghost Rider comes into play, and maybe Punisher,
Yeah.
and like all the grittier stuff.
And the press
Then-
release doesn't have a price on that, but it'll be the first DLC pack available fall 2019.
And then you have the 90s X-Men,
Yeah.
and then you
Super
have
90s.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that was the third part of that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
No, it looks good.
The other one has free expansions, though.
And no random loot boxes, I forgot.
Mm.
The other one looks like it's not coming out in next year.
Um,
I'll
You
say
know-
that Animal Crossing looked more of a game than
yeah.
Avengers, and you know how I feel about games that
Slingshot's
don't have
fired.
an end.
So the after this direct, now we kind of have a better idea of what Nintendo's first party lineup looks like for the rest of the year. We got Mario Maker at the end of the month. We got what's the next month? You got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 next month and Fire Emblem 3 Houses next month. August you'll have Astral Chain, and was there anything else first party that month?
I think it was just Astral Chain.
And then
Is Astral Chain first party?
mm-hmm.
Even though it's platinum?
Nintendo's publishing it
Or-
and owns the rights to that property now.
Oh.
It's just developed by Platinum, but it'll be a Nintendo property moving forward. That was one of the things in that Platinum thing that they talked about a little while ago, where they're pursuing their own IP.
Okay.
It was talked about in there where they don't even own Astral Chain. It's a Nintendo thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You think that would have been theirs because it's very much that DNA, but yeah. In September you'll have what?
Zelda.
Yeah, the Link's Awakening. There's something else in September. Nothing else first party though, right?
Dragon Quest 11. Is that Switch exclusive or is that coming to a bunch of things?
It's already out on a bunch of things. Switch is the last
Oh, okay.
to get it, but I don't know if Nintendo's published.
Daemon X
publishing
Machina. Is that also just Switch? I don't know now.
It is just Switch,
is.
but that is fuck, who makes it? Why can't I?
Well, Switch exclusive.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got that. Then
So it's Marvelous
13th.
developing it, but Nintendo is publishing Daemon X Machina. So they're publishing that and Dragon Quest on Switch. Even though it's a Square joint. But I guess it shows you kind of how much.
Probably specifically for that 2D stuff.
Yeah. To get everything all in one. And then I assume Luigi is October.
That would be
October,
appropriate.
November 8th, one of the two.
Yeah, right. And then Pokemon in November, and that should bring out the rest of the year. I expect there's probably one more little baby surprise.
Maybe.
Like maybe some, like Mario Kart DLC or something like that, probably. Creeping in on the way. I was very surprised there was no Splatoon stuff.
I don't know
this.
what was dumber, Final Fantasy VII Remake on Switch or your DLC for a dead game.
The Final Fantasy VII. That game's too big. Way too big.
You say too big, but here comes The Witcher 3. Choo choo. Go on the train. Cyberpunk's coming.
I mean,
Yeah, it's coming. Not to Switch it, but it's coming.
no, I think overall, I liked it. I didn't have any really bad tastes to linger on or anything like that. I mean, like I'm just like cautious about Breath of the Wild because just my love-hate relationship with that game. But But that was a pretty cool scene to watch. That was what I wanted in Breath of the Wild.
I wanted that in the DLC. Because this seems to suggest you can play as Zelda, or that Zelda's more involved in...
I'm smelling a co-op thing.
I'm smelling co-op, or I'm smelling, Link's fucking off for a little bit so you can run around as Zelda.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Link's asleep again.
Link has fallen asleep. He's in a slumber for an eternity. He'll wake up in 100 years with Dracula in the castle. I don't know. That was neat to me because they're done. Like, the Breath of the Wild, we had to... the last two big games have been these, half steps in between a console where it bridged the gap, and, this will be one where it's just, fully developed for... Or not last two. I guess Skyward Sword was its own thing, but it took
probably
so
won't
long.
take that long because they have half the assets
That's what
already
I'm saying.
done.
If they're just using the engine, I hope they get rid of the fucking weapon durability. That's my least favorite thing.
Yep. I hope they add dungeons.
I liked that it. You can follow the story-wise stuff of hey, Link's kind of finding his sword for the first time. Canonically, it's fine. I can buy into that. But I did the Trial of the Sword and all that shit. I got it. I just want that sword moving forward, and I don't know.
Yeah, I would, because that sword doesn't stay charged ever.
Unless you do the thing.
Unless you do that trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want that from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll dive into that game again at some point and just kind of refresh myself. Go into it just accepting everything instead of just constantly fighting it in the back of my head.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to love there. It's not...
I beat it. All you gotta do is run to the center.
Screaming.
That's true. I mean...
Run to the center!
Any speedrunner surfing on that tree.
I had to take out two of those things, but after that, just run to the center, man.
Banjo Kazooie?
Yeah, man.
Switch? Or,
I thought that was...
On Smash? Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
That was... I loved that approach to all of it.
Yeah.
I was we were expecting it, but at the same time, it was just continuing what happened before. So I think that's just Rare's thing.
I was real close. I said Joanna Dark,
Yeah.
Right there.
Got the right family.
That's true. And then it came out after the fact, Grant Kirkhope doing the music again.
Yeah, it was good that they did Dragon Quest first with the reveal. They didn't spend too long with it, but just enough to be look, yeah, we want to bring these guys in. They have a legacy that should be shown, blah, blah, blah. And then they're all right, we know what you really want. You think we're just going to do JRPGs as our DLC packs? No. No. Yeah, that's really good.
Well, that, I think, is about it for E3 2019, unless you guys have any other lingering thoughts on Nintendo or any of the rest of the shows.
I'm just happy that within this year and next year, a lot of games that I thought I would not see the light of day are happening. Between Phantasy Star, between Seiken Densetsu, between I don't know.
Banjo and Smash.
Yeah.
F-Zero probably.
Well,
I know.
debatable.
I'm sorry, what was your question? I'm like watching some. I think it's Daemon X Machina gameplay.
Yeah, no,
got
I mean,
caught.
any final thoughts on E3 before we close the book on it?
Lackluster. Underwhelming.
It was definitely a different show this year.
Mostly tame.
Yeah.
Dare I say that after last year, I hesitate with saying this, but Square may have been my personal most interesting conference of the whole thing.
I think the Final
This
Fantasy
year?
VII
Yeah.
diving into was
I think that 15
one of the most
minutes of Final Fantasy VII.
that was the most satisfying thing to watch, and I rewatched
Mm-hmm.
it afterwards, and I still feel like just as great about it.
Yeah.
Like that, I would love more of that.
Yeah, it's,
After last year's debacle with the fucking Quiet Man and everything like that, and then just that 15 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Square definitely stepped it up. Like
That could have been Halo's 15 minutes.
It should have been Halo's 15 minutes
yeah,
next year.
like I enjoyed Microsoft's press conference. Like I wasn't, like again, tame,
Yeah.
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 But it could have done a little, could have added a nicer bow to it at the
Yeah.
end.
Man, ending a conference right goes a long fucking way.
Yeah.
And I think so far, I think Nintendo had the most did it the most did it well. I mean, it wasn't anything like. Pew! I mean, it kind of was for some people. But
It wasn't a Metroid Prime 4 reveal.
Sans Banjo.
Banjo was big, but like that Metroid year was huge.
Yeah.
It was. Seeing a
Oh,
Prime, I know what happened to it, but seeing that 4 for the first time was fucking wild.
Everyone lost their shit.
That was insane because you never expected that.
2/3 of this table lost their shit.
Where's your heart? Did Jim Carrey eat it in that movie, The Grinch?
No. I mean,
Just like a logo does nothing for me anymore.
no.
But after
I get that.
After a decade
I was
of
just
not
speaking
seeing
for
anything.
I'm just speaking for just the crowds that were cheering during that thing. Like I thought it was like all right, just a 4, but cool. Like I was still like
it
hopeful.
was nothing, and obviously we know
Still-
what that turned into.
I've
but
still barely touched that.
Like
Metroid
Final
Prime.
Fantasy VII Remake, that reveal at least had a trailer with it. And yeah, we know what happened to the trailer,
Yeah.
but like at least I got to see a glimpse of what was to come.
Finally,
Death Stranding.
yeah.
because
I
for
got
me,
this weird fucking Norman Reedus trailer.
because for me,
It was something. It got people talking, and it got
Yeah.
me interested. It's just like these weird. The logos just don't do it for me. I like something with the
Well,
logo,
Of
even
course
if it's
I would
something
like it,
not
but that was
related.
still like they're doing it. I can't believe it's happening. That kind of moment.
yeah, I guess it just felt good just to get that confirmation because we were just never sure.
Well,
But
'cause-
I mean, I agree with that. Like
Retro was gone. Like Retro is not the same Retro it used to be. Also, where the fuck was Retro?
they're busy, man. They're
Make it
busy.
Metro Prime form.
Yeah,
Making
What have
your-
they been doing? They've only been doing
Yeah,
that
the
for.
can whatever it was, because the other developer fucked up.
yeah. The one guy was like, I don't even know if that game got
Yeah.
scrapped or not because he was done with it.
What was that picture on Reggie's desk?
Yeah, don't know.
You'll find out next year during the Zelda Direct at E3 in a 5-minute snippet that had the same amount of length as Overcooked 2 did last year.
I give that Zelda sequel like 2021.
It would be out sooner because, like you said, it's in the same, probably the same engine as Breath of the Wild. Probably you can reuse some of those assets. So
Yeah, or at least their DLC stuff will be in 2021 or whatever.
yeah, that game is closer than I'm saying with 2024. Like I realize that, but yeah,
Weird year for sure. We knew it was gonna be weird getting into it, but we didn't think it'd be this kind of weird. I mean, it's hard to expect anything, I guess.
have we played anything from E3? Like any of those demos things?
You downloaded the Trials of Mana trilogy, right? You bought that.
Yeah, I bought it.
Um,
That's just exactly what I expected.
I don't think I did. I can't tell what the fuck this is.
And then, I mean, you did that roller derby.
Yeah, I played that a little
yeah.
bit last night.
Yeah, you want to talk about that a bit while I try and figure out what Retro's new game is?
Yeah, sure. They are definitely going for that Rocket League appeal. It's a little bit more physics based with the skating. It leans into like trying to maintain your speed using the hills and the valleys of the actual roller derby arena. But yeah, it's kind of like roller derby except with the ball. You have to take a complete lap counterclockwise with the ball before you can throw it through that hoop, which is kind of what they showed. There's nothing preventing you though from skating the other way for a tackle or anything like that. The one thing that I think it needs, the tackling and the dodging is way too easy to dodge an opponent that's trying to tackle you. So I kind of hope there's some kind of like rock paper scissors mechanic where like there's two types of tackles and two types of dodges. Like one could just be like a shoulder charge and like the regular dodge as it is now would get away from it, but I want there to kind of be like a more like a clothesline one or like a sliding tackle, like you would think in FIFA, where like it will, like you can't dodge out of the way from it because the arms are too long, your feet are too long, but you can jump over it. It's too easy just to get away from someone, unless you kind of track them down behind you.
And is this all AI?
No, it's full on online right now.
So you're playing against just all the okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
They did a good job explaining the game in like a little 2-minute package and telling you the controls and stuff. But for some reason, people kept thinking you had to skate clockwise with it. I wish there was something that says like wrong way if you kept doing it for an extended period of time.
Yeah, like aren't there arrows on the sides of the?
I mean, it's not obvious, but you like after you see someone doing it for 2 minutes, you would think that, oh well, if I go the other way, it's wrong. Yeah.
Because if you shoot it from backwards, you don't get a point. Right?
No, well, like your goal won't even become active until you go around that complete lap, and then there's a point system to it too, where it's like if you go for 2 laps, it's 3 points instead of 1. If you complete 3 laps without giving up the ball and passing it around to your teammates, you get 5 points.
So it's like a Fusion Frenzy game.
Yeah, and it's got that Rocket League length. Each game it's 7 minutes, or I think it's like first of 7 or something like that. And then there's a 3-minute sudden death overtime of it. And then I guess after that ends in a tie. I played 4 games at 1-1.
Kind of.
Cool. How long does the game take?
About 10 minutes on average.
Okay.
Kind of reminds me of, I mean, it's minus the roller derby part, but how do you get the ball through the hoop? It reminds me of El Dorado.
What was that?
Did you ever see the animated movie?
Oh, yeah.
Where like they have the armadillo and actually it's like kind of like basketball for them, but it's through a side hoop that they have to hit it through.
What is weird, and it took me a second to get used to, probably a whole game, the camera doesn't follow your skater. It stays static unless you tilt the controller yourself. So like I guess like you could go to these side angles and just stay there as you're skating around, so that way you can kind of see the area around you as you're making a turn.
That seems weird.
So like it seems weird, and it took me a minute to get used to, but I see why they did it like that. And I think there's even like a you could do like that Rocket League approach, I think, too, where you could lock it or not. Yeah. So I know it has potential. It's got some AAA-esque things with it. Like there's a soundtrack in the game already, and every time I scored, I didn't hear it in the main menu, but I heard a Chainsmokers song that I recognized every time you scored. So,
Does it have like the Rocket League ass like, yo, we bought a bunch of shit from this license-free?
Not yet, but I mean that stuff didn't come till later with Rocket League either. So, but yeah, I can see that stuff because there's a whole customization tab that you can't get into right now because it's the alpha, but.
And I asked you this off air earlier, but just for the record, Disc Jam, how does it stack up against Disc Jam, which was we thought our first competitor to? This
feels a lot more polished. Disc Jam definitely had a lot more mechanics to it, which I think this game's kind of lacking at the moment. But I don't know. I really feel like if you just do something like I just said, it will go a long way for this game.
Cool.
It's fun though. Like I like the whole. There's a lot of emphasis in maintaining your speed. And the way that the physics and the mechanics work with that is really well done.
Dope.
Oh, and it ran just fine. I think my graphics card was at the minimum for what they were suggesting right now, 970, and it ran just fine and it looked fine.
Nice.
So 60 frames.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna grab anything that was. I don't know if there's anything that was like Shadow Drop that I'm like immediately ready to dive into.
Yeah, like I think I'm just gonna rewatch it again and see around just the second time around, see what really stands out compared to others.
Yeah.
Because the first time through, I was just kind of like, yeah, this is good. This is good. All right. Well, we can move from this, but cool. And now I'm going to be like,
The big thing that I'm kind of... There's an eShop sale running right now, and
I haven't looked at the PlayStation one yet, but...
Oh, yeah, I didn't look at that either. I looked at the Xbox one and was kind of like,
It's
nothing.
weird to think PlayStation's running a sale when they weren't there.
Yeah.
Kazooie showed up.
Yeah, he did.
CEO
Getting
Kazooie.
there on Twitter. The DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is on sale, but not the actual game. Weird.
Oh, that's weird.
It sucks. 'Cause
I never played a Xenoblade either.
me neither, but this one looked really good. And they treat them like Final Fantasy, where you don't need to play it. It's not like a chronological thing. Like, even though it's
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's its own story. You can play it by itself and whatever. Them too. I thought we'd see something from Monolith at Nintendo's show.
I just realized I don't think we saw anything from Monster Hunter at Square.
Mm-mm.
I'm okay with that.
Well, they got all that Monster Hunter Iceborne shit out of the way beforehand, right?
Well, see, that's not Square. That's Capcom.
Oh, dirt.
Oh yeah.
See,
What did they
I
do
make that
la-
mistake too. Square and Capcom are too similar to me.
Oh, didn't they do that Final Fantasy crossover?
They did.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
why it was
They
that
did.
Square's thing last year. That's why.
Yeah.
But we didn't see Capcom really at all. This
Yeah, like
E3.
the only live stream they had going on was about the Iceborne stuff for Monster Hunter and a little bit of Street Fighter tournament stuff.
They're bringing Resident Evil on more platforms.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that Nintendo did that. It shows that they still have like that bond with them, I guess, because like they had GameCube exclusives. That's where the remake even came from.
Yeah.
And then 0 happened on there because of it, and 4 was on there originally.
I mean, I guess it's impressive they got 5 and 6 because they were next generation games.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still PS3 titles, but
And all it's missing is 2 and Nemesis, and I don't know if Code Veronica was announced for it or not. I want to say yes.
oh, I don't know.
Back when 0 and 4 and everything
That
happened.
sounds right.
I'm sure it was because that's one that you've seen in other places. It's just 2 and
Yeah.
3 haven't been really anywhere else
Yeah.
before a remake, obviously.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, 2, 3, and 7.
But yeah, the only other place you could play 2 or 3 as before was through PS1 Classic, wherever you could play those as a PS3 and Vita and PSP, right?
I mean, there's GameCube versions of 2 and 3. I own 2 for GameCube, but yeah, it's not much different from anything else. I think it's just a port.
Yeah. So.
It's no remake or anything polished, or I feel maybe the model's a little different. But yeah, I mean that's cool. Have like Resident Evils in one spot almost for Nintendo.
On the go. You play in Creepy House.
Breaking and entering, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just bring your Switch.
That's it. That's what I did when I was a kid.
Where has Karen been at?
On that roof, dude.
She's still partying.
Like, I just want her
Shouldn't
just to
stop.
pop up like randomly. Like, when did she became the CEO of Sony? Or it's not Sony, sorry, Nintendo of America.
Well,
The president, I mean, I guess.
once she learns how to get down from a roof, I think that might happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that Switch battery's not that good. She's gonna have to find some electricity at some point.
She's just still there, just holding it, pretending that she's just living in the past.
She probably doesn't realize Mario Party's out. That's probably the perfect thing for that little rooftop gathering she had. She doesn't even know it.
So what's this Galar region Pokedex transfer thing?
So, only any Pokemon you have from your past games, you can transfer them to Sword and Shield only if they are in the Galar Pokedex.
How many are in the Galar Pokedex?
They did not say, but apparently that is implying that not all of the past Pokemon are in this game.
I bet you that's just an at-launch thing.
And I feel that is they'll patch that in.
That's
later.
just so that way you just,
And you know why? Probably because they didn't make Dynamax models of every single Pokemon yet.
Which, talking about Crunch, etc., like...
Over 700 Pokemon out there.
They're 900 by the time they get to
Yeah.
this, right? Like, that's...
I think it's also a way just for you to get to know the other Pokemon, right? Like,
I also feel Galar's probably like a black and white case where it's not as many.
Well, that's my thing. Like, I wanted this to be a black and white thing where you would start the game and it would just be, like you said, like, get to know those Pokemon, get intimate with that generation. But the second that as soon as the first Pokemon you saw in this game was Pikachu, I was like, all right, well, fuck it. Let me bring my Chandelure over. Let's do this all the way if we're going to do it. They didn't do it. Anyway.
but what if there's like a ghost cloud Pokemon?
There bet be a Ghost Eevee Pokemon. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Eevee.
Ghoulie. Eevee.
Lugu.
Necreon.
Oh, that's pretty. Yep, there
What?
it is.
Necreon. That's
Yep.
what I hope for.
Yep, Necreon. It's just this fucking cool black-eyed
It's like you.
ghoul.
It's like the Eevee has to lose in the battle, and then you give it a rare candy.
Ooh, ooh. But you know what? And the only way to get Necreon in the new game is by transferring your Let's Go Eevee into that game,
And having it faint once.
having it faint
Yeah,
once.
don't revive it,
Yeah,
or you have to revive it with it holding something.
yeah. You
Like
have
a
to turn a
monkey's paw
Bible
or
upside
something.
down.
A Necronomicon. It's holding. Why?
Yeah.
Where'd you get this book?
Marketers, Mark is out here for hire. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
At this point, Ubi's after him.
Trainer Mark used Rain in Blood CD by Slayer. Whoops! It looks like Eevee is evolving.
Do you remember that story?
What?
I found that CD by GameStop on my way home once.
Oh shit!
Like it was just in the median of grass between the roads.
Oh yeah, I do
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that.
and I found it. I was like, it was still working. I was
Yeah.
like, what the? Okay.
Like who threw this? Probably some sad mom. Just no.
And now, if we've learned anything from Mr. Robot, you have someone watching you in your PC.
That's true.
That's fine. All my PCs are busted.
All my PCs are busted too.
But yeah, Ubisoft, hit me up. I
What
got
up?
some good
Mark's
gangs
got
for
that
you.
stuff.
Got some good legions for you.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap it here and maybe go play some Smash Brothers or something. We'll be back next Monday, June 17th, with a regular episode 304. Until then, go to thefreecheese.com. Check out some stuff. Follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Og_Mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. And I am at The Free Cheese. You might also want to check out Free Cheese FCW.
Mm-hmm.
Things are coming. Luigi is coming. That's it. Thanks for a rad E3. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, for listening. We'll see you next time electronically.